What's up, fam? Follow, like, subscribe. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's get this shit show going.
You heard?
Disconnect between the head coach and the GM.
Because
and when you have
Howie's vision.
no, Howie's a freaking moron. And there's a reason why.
Howie,
Jeffrey,
you got a moron.
Are you ever gonna let me freaking talk? God damn, bro.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition here of Birds, Beers, and BS on the All About the AAT Sports Network. We are your typical crew as usual. Eagle Jeff Warner alongside my partner, Peanut over here, and Party Doll Dave.
He's in the house.
We have a great show on tap for you today. We'll be discussing, of course, the big Eagles-Giants matchup this coming Sunday. We'll break down a little bit of this past weekend's game of the Philadelphia Eagles against the Saints as they win in demolishing fashion. But first, we would like to thank our sponsors here on Birds, Beers, and BS. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Vinny's Pizza and Restaurant, off of Iroquois Trail in the Old Town Shopping Center in Allentown. They have pizza, pasta, cheesesteaks, hoagies, sandwiches, and tons of great other food. So make sure to check them out at vinnyspizzapa.com, or you can give them a call at 610-395-2300. Again, 610-395-2300. They are available for pickup or delivery, so make sure to tell Caesar and Vinny that the Birds, Beers, and BS crew sent you on over.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
Look, we have something in the works right now.
Yes.
Who would have thought that with the Philadelphia Eagles at this moment in time, we would have our biggest winning streak of the season? The Eagles winning two straight, beating the New Orleans Saints last week in dominating fashion, beating them 40-29. A lot of garbage time later on, so it makes the score a little bit closer, a little bit more respectable for the Saints.
It got a little scary. I mean, it wasn't just garbage time. The Saints, there was
Towards the end, there's moments, but
yeah. Let's not ignore the fact that we were kind of nervous. Let's face it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
A little nervous, but yeah. Handed them the loss, and a good win it was. Took his foot off the gas again, but that's all right. Look, we won the game, and that's all that matters. And here we are, about to play the Giants.
Absolutely. A big pivotal game for the Philadelphia Eagles this coming Sunday, which we'll get into in a little bit. But first, Peanut, I don't think I did not think we'd be talking about this heading into Week 12 in the NFL.
I know what you're going to say.
With the Philadelphia Eagles. And the big question right now, as an Eagles fan and someone watching this franchise and watching this team right now, are they playoff bound?
Here we go. Are they playoff bound?
Look, we are currently sitting at going into this game. We are currently 5-6. 5-6, and currently the 8th team in the NFC playoff picture right now. Remember, there's an extra team now starting last year.
That's right.
The NFL expanded the playoffs, so we have now 7 teams make the playoffs, which the Eagles are currently a half game behind the San Francisco 49ers for that last playoff spot.
Yeah.
But I would say, of course, the 49ers hold that tiebreaker. But again, that's how pivotal this past Sunday's game was, because now you have a lot of these teams in contention. You hold the tiebreaker now over the Saints.
Right.
You hold the tiebreaker over the Carolina Panthers.
Correct.
You hold the tiebreaker over the Atlanta Falcons, which they're really a stretch right now, but something
possible.
Something happens.
Yeah.
And there's some tiebreakers. You own the head-to-head tiebreaker.
True.
And the Philadelphia Eagles and their fan base this past Thursday got an early treat before Thanksgiving dinner, before the turkey hit that table.
That was good.
With the Dallas Cowboys losing to the Las Vegas Raiders, as they now currently fall 7-4.
that was actually great to watch too. By the way,
It was phenomenal. We are currently 2 games behind the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
for the division.
Yeah.
Who would have think we'd be talking about at this moment in time the Philadelphia Eagles being NFC East champions?
Yeah.
Because you look at the schedule right now for the Philadelphia Eagles down the final 6 weeks of the season. They have the Giants this week, the Jets the following week. They have the Washington football team at home right before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Have the Giants at home right after Christmas.
Mm.
On the road to Washington, and then the final game of the year against the Dallas Cowboys, which everyone expected at this moment or a couple weeks ago
that they were going to sit their starters.
It was going to mean nothing for the Dallas Cowboys. We expected them. They were on this roll. They were probably the most dominant team in all the NFC, if not maybe the NFL at that moment in time.
Absolutely.
And couple of injuries, couple inconsistent play games from Dak Prescott, and now they're looking.
That might be the say-all, end-all right there to win the division. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. It's possible. It's plausible, but
because you look at the rest of these teams in the NFC's playoff schedule right now.
Right.
They with the 49ers, they have the Vikings this coming week. Tough, pivotal game. Vikings are ahead of the Eagles as well. So
right.
A lot of these teams with the records and the teams they face, a lot of them are tough divisional matchups.
Yeah.
Luckily for the Eagles, we knew going into the season that the tough strength of the schedule was going to be in the beginning. So, Pete, I want to hear from you. Give me your damn answer. Do you feel at this moment in time, as we are sitting here with this schedule in head and where this team is in place at this moment and the way they are playing,
right?
Are they going to the playoffs this year?
If they're playing the way they're playing at the moment, yes, I do see them going to the playoffs. I almost see them winning the division if they continue to trend towards what they've been doing. Look, they're playing sound football, and it's all three phases: offense, defense, and special teams are clicking. So, yeah, I mean, if as long as they don't change anything up, it's plausible, it's possible, and God damn it, I think it might happen. What do you think, Jeff? You said yeah, right?
Look, this is a team that has won 3 of their last 4 games, and in the games that they have been losing, they're playing good contending football. They're giving they have an opportunity to win some of these games. You look at that Chargers game that they lost on a last-second field goal led by Justin Herbert to lead that Chargers offense. The defense, for the most part, up until that point, gave the team a chance to win that game. The offense has been playing much better with Jalen Hurts.
Well, they're giving Jalen Hurts less to do, which is probably the best thing to do for a young quarterback.
Absolutely. They're more focused on the run game. They're, like you said, they're taking a lot of pressure off Jalen Hurts, which is, I feel, opening up the offense a little bit more.
I agree.
And you're seeing more from Jalen Hurts. You saw last week that big throw he had, I believe, to Devontae Smith down the sideline. Perfect throw.
Yeah.
Perfect. Stay in the pocket more.
Yeah.
He's more aware of what's going on. He's not.
He's going through his progressions finally.
He's going through his progressions, at least from the last couple weeks we have seen. And look, these were teams that, with the Saints, the number 1 rushing offense in the NFL. The Broncos, the number 6 or 7th rush defense in the NFL. The Chargers, I think, top 5 in rush defense in the NFL. And the fact that they are focusing on the run game with Miles Sanders now back in the fold. Jordan Howard, who is unfortunately, and we'll get into that in a little bit, it's going to be interesting to see what Nick Sirianni does with this offense and if he sticks to that run-first based offense with Jordan Howard now officially out for Sunday's matchup against the Giants.
You would hope so.
But you still have Gainwell. You have Boston Scott, the Giant Killer.
Yeah, that's right.
You're seeing more of the chemistry with Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts.
A lot more.
I just wish we would see a little more from Quest Watkins, Jalen Reagor. I want to see more from the rest of the receiving corps. We know what Devontae Smith can bring as a rookie.
Yeah,
I still want to see more from the rest of these guys. But you look at this. You look at the schedule.
It's on paper. It looks like
it's very, very favorable. Yeah. I am not going to go out on a limb and say that they are going 6-0 over the next 6 weeks, but they have a very strong possibility. If I say they go 4-2, over the last 6 games,
that's playoff bound.
They are playoff bound.
Yeah.
And look, this is a different team now than it was a month and a half ago when they played the Dallas Cowboys and got shellacked on Monday Night Football.
We were a young team, young coach, young team, first year. I think now things are starting to gel, and we're starting to develop the identity. And to be honest with you, it all starts with that O-line. That O-line is starting to beast mode it for real, for real. So if the offensive line can continue to keep doing what they're doing, they're trending in the right direction. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Like, I'm not even gonna say it because they don't pay me. So
the offensive line's playing better. Defensively, I feel we're gelling a little bit more. There's still a little bit of issues. I still wish we get a little bit more pressure on the quarterback, but we're seeing a different game plan and a different style from Jonathan Gannon. I feel he's starting to trust his players a little bit more and not leaving these defenders out on an island too much for allowing the pass rush to try to get to the quarterback. Because you're seeing the NFL and with these quarterbacks they've been facing for the most part, they're very intelligent quarterbacks. They know how to get rid of the ball very quickly. They know how to pick apart defensive schemes,
especially that zone that he was running.
Exactly. Yeah. Which last week, thankfully, we saw more more man to man over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You saw more different various blitz packages from the linebacking position, and I believe unfortunately, it does suck for them defensively as well. They are a little banged up. They did lose Davion Taylor, who is on the short-term IR. Most likely missed probably 3 to 4 weeks or so.
Yeah, maybe he'll be back in time for the playoffs.
Unless they have a catastrophic meltdown, I see them making the playoffs because look, they're in the thick of things, and like I brought up before, they own a lot of the tiebreakers. I don't know what the tiebreakers are after that. If it's conference record or common opponents, I can't remember the whole scale of the breakdown of what the playoffs are, but
I got you. It looks good on paper, man. It looks real good on paper.
It's good on paper, and it's exciting. If you're a fan right now, we would not be thinking that we'd be talking after Thanksgiving. Nope. This team in the position that they were in a year ago with the amount of question marks from your head coach, from your coaching staff, from your quarterback, from the roster in general.
Yeah.
And and I understand.
Well, they gave us every reason to question them too during the beginning of the season.
Absolutely.
I mean, let's not forget that shit happened. So
absolutely.
Never.
Look, this is a young, experienced team, and like you brought before, they were going to go through some growing pains. Mm-hmm. But it's just exciting. I understand. Look, the NFC, it's not. It's wide open. There's not a lot of dominant teams in this conference. And especially in our division, you thought going this year, look, the Washington football team, maybe besides the Dallas Cowboys, had a strong contention to compete for this division, and they lose Ryan Fitzpatrick early. Yep. Their defense ain't playing up the part that we saw them a year ago. They lose Chase Daniels a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
It completely going to this down this stretch. You would think maybe the Eagles might go 2-4, 3-3 at best with that schedule.
Yeah.
And now the Giants, they're not playing great. They did just fire their offensive coordinator, which might not bode too well for the Philadelphia Eagles because I did see a stat that I think the last 3 or 4 times, I think the Giants or a team, I can't remember the exact stat, but last 3 or 4 times that someone's fired their offensive coordinator after a game, the next week, the next person that took over was like 4-0, scoring 30 points a game because
you got no tape on the guy.
Exactly, you have no tape on what the tendencies are from that offensive coordinator and what they're play calling. Which Freddie Kitchens, I think there's a little bit of tape on him just because you know what he did with Cleveland a little bit.
Yeah,
but it's gonna be interesting to see. And then the next question with this, you can get to your point in a second, but I want to ask you this also. Does making the playoffs, the Eagles making the playoffs, is it beneficial to them? Because we keep on discussing, this is a team that ain't Super Bowl contending ready. This ain't a Super Bowl contender in the division. Granted, it's the playoffs and anything can happen.
Right. Well,
but is it really beneficial to them to make the playoffs, worsen their draft position, and basically be a first-round exit, in my opinion, depending who they face?
To give a young quarterback and a young to give a young quarterback and a young coach and a young team by far some playoff experience in the first year, absolutely. You already got the first-round picks that you have now, hopefully, cross our fingers. But you want this team in the playoffs. They need that experience. Even if it's a 1-and-out, so be it. And it doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna be a 1-and-out. I've seen crazier things happen in the NFL. So to get your quarterback, a young quarterback, some playoff experience, to give those guys that experience is priceless. Yeah, I'd say even if it was a 1-and-done, just to make it to the playoff and to be in that kind of atmosphere, I think it's beneficial. And I think Howie's going to fuck up whatever pick we get anyways. We might as well work on the guys we have. Howie, I'm sorry. I love you, but let's face it. You're not that great.
And I agree with you. And I understand people are like, well, I don't want to hear about giving a quarterback playoff experience because every game is a game. But look,
playoffs,
winning the division or making the playoffs in general from where we were a year ago, 4-11-1 at the bottom of the NFC East and almost at the bottom of the NFL.
Yeah.
It's
even from where we were like a month ago. You know what I'm saying?
And we didn't give this team a lot of hope. Like we brought before, we didn't know what we had with Nick Sirianni, whether he was going to be the answer to Doug Peterson, a guy that won us a Super Bowl, and you transition to this, possibly a yes man for Jeffrey and Hallie to develop and coerce to their liking. Yeah. And then you have Jalen Hurts trading Carson Wentz, a guy that you consider your franchise quarterback who right now in Indy has playing some heck of a ball right now.
He play heck ball.
He's playing.
He's killing it.
He's playing. He's arguably one of the best quarterbacks playing over the last few weeks. The way he's been playing.
Yeah. Well, when you got that running back doing what he's doing in that line blocking for you, you better.
And a coach that believes in you.
Yeah.
And the fact that you don't know you didn't know what Jalen Hurts is going to be, or could he be that franchise quarterback? Which at this point in time, I still don't know if he is.
Yeah.
But regardless of what happens, I think this season he's going to be back regardless. So you hope with those draft picks that you can build around that. You can maybe lure some top free agents because you possibly have a chance to have some cap space next year to make some improvements to this roster. Because you look at we keep on hearing that like Philadelphia used to be a destination for free agents, and what the hell happened since Andy Reid left here? And
that's what happened.
Well, and then you hear about the bad things with the front office and with management. That is, you kind of heard stories that this wasn't a prime destination unless the Eagles are throwing these players a crap load of money to come here,
which we did.
Because a lot of these players, they want to come here, they want to win.
Yeah.
And the fact that you were able to turn the ship around as much as you were from a top 10 pick to a playoff team with still, I believe, in my opinion, a roster that has quite a bit of holes in it.
A lot of holes.
It's a very promising future, and I feel that opportunity, the fact that they were able to make the playoffs, and you saw what if they were able to, and see what Jalen Hurts is able to do, what the fact that the players are buying into Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, finally.
It's going to be a very positive thing for this organization when it comes to trying to bring free agents here and rebuilding this roster and rebuilding this team for them to become a Super Bowl contender. Yeah. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but look, this is now a team that is on the rise, and they might be able to, if they don't believe in Jalen Hurts, maybe they are able to lure Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson or Aaron Rodgers to try to be that piece for the organization, for the offense to take this team to the next level.
Yeah, and you know what, you nailed it right on the head, and we need to like slow down and stop trying to like crown every quarterback that plays on the contract the franchise quarterback. We still got time. We don't have to do anything right now. Like if we decide to go next year and say we make the playoffs, and like you said, we can lure some of these free agents in, whatever makes the team better, I'm all for it. But yeah, you're right, and it's the tip of the cap to coaching if we can make it to the playoffs, because you're right, there's so many holes on this defense, there's holes on the offense, and to get a playoff run out of some young guys like this, man, you gotta be excited about what could happen in the future. So yeah, absolutely agree with you. But we'll see what happens.
So, transition gears. I would say me and Peanut both believe that the Philadelphia Eagles are making the playoffs. Let us know what you think. Make sure you are leaving your comments, your reactions. Let us know what you think of the Philadelphia Eagles. Do you think they're playoff bound? Do you think they are ready? Do you think it's a positive thing for the Eagles organization and for them to make the playoffs? Is Jalen Hurts the answer in your eyes? Is he the franchise quarterback? Let us know right now in the comments section. Let us know your thoughts. We love hearing feedback and what you guys think about the Eagles organization. But
absolutely.
Look, this time to man up right now. So a little backstory. Peanut got a pool table in his basement. We've been playing the last couple weekends.
Right.
And of course,
Mhm.
Peanut's a gambling man and wants to have a little wager.
Gambling man.
As many of you know, I am not a drinker or don't consume alcohol very often, if not ever.
Ever.
I think I went probably maybe less than a handful of times for certain situations or circumstances.
Right, usually losing the bet, but go ahead.
Losing a bet, or I think New Year's Laura made me drink some champagne or something, but I'm not a drinker, but I mean Peanut Face now. Granted, he makes this bet after he's already 3 balls up.
Oh, come on.
So I'm just throwing it out there. I was a little bit on the disadvantage, a little bit already behind on the fact. Plus, I'm not an experienced pool guy.
Okay.
But a bet's a bet. I lost the bet, so Peanut's agreement for me losing the bet was drinking a shot of something live on our show.
On the show. So I'm going to pour the shot. And I some Jesus.
He's going to fill that thing up to the freaking top.
No. So everyone, pay attention here. Look at that. Is that too much? Right there. Now, everyone, pay attention to this.
I'll do that. Okay,
that'll be good.
Not that much.
Salut. He did it.
Oh my God.
He did it. Everyone give Jeffrey a round of applause.
Yo, that fucking burn going down.
Oh, that was great. Now back to the show. Oh, man, that was great.
For you people that drink this on a daily goddamn basis, oh my God.
Oh, that was great. That was great. I can't wait to rewatch this one.
We might have to end the show on that.
Look at how red his face got. You look at your face.
Oh my God, dude, it's still burning the back of my fucking throat.
You're good. Fight through it. You're hurt. You're not injured. There we go. Let's do this.
I'm pulling a Ben Simmons.
You're gonna sit this one out?
I might. But yeah, look, even if they make the playoffs, I don't think any Eagles fan realistically, you might have hopes of them making the Super Bowl, but look at the NFC. Arizona Cardinals currently the number 1 seed, 9-2.
Yeah.
Probably one of the more complete teams in all the NFL. You have the Green Bay Packers, which were without Aaron Rodgers for a game due to the COVID protocol, which they lost. I can't remember. I believe they lost. Yeah. So look, with Aaron Rodgers at the helm, if he's under center, they're always a legitimate contender when it comes to in the NFC making the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which we played already, lost to. We contended for the first 2.5, 3 quarters, and then it all went downhill. So if we do make the playoffs, I would like another shot at them.
Actually, I think we'd have a chance to actually win that one.
If we make the wild card, I would say we have a chance to play our division rival back-to-back weeks, which we know that the Philadelphia Eagles do not have a strong history of. Remember little Donovan McNabb air guitar, but Dallas Cowboys currently number 4 seed in the NFC. Look, Dallas, they're on a schneid, but I kind of feel they have a little bit of an excuse, and we're not seeing the caliber that Dallas can play up to when they're fully healthy. Look,
they're playing a tougher schedule now too.
They're playing a tougher schedule, but look, when you're without CeeDee Lamb, when you're without Amari Cooper, it limits nothing against the other guys. They finally got Michael Gallup back, but they have Wilson and all these other second, third slot. Like you said, slub receivers that don't put a lot of fear that I feel Dak hasn't worked with. He hasn't built that chemistry, and they're trying to focus on the run game too much, which is all fine and dandy when you have the studs like Zeke and Pollard and that offensive line. Yeah. But after a while, they start zoning in on you, and when you're forcing Dak to make that big play and make that throw with his arm. Without those top receivers, I kind of feel he's limited. Yeah. He still has Schultz as a quality tight end in this league and a quality option. Right. But I kind of feel if both those guys are playing the last both of those weeks, we might be talking about a different story right now. Because I'll say, look at that game. Cowboys came back in that game for the most part against the Raiders. Yeah, absolutely. And then it fell part of it.
Well, they did what the Dallas Cowboys usually do in situations like that.
They start declining in the towards the end of the year. So
offense,
they're always a September, October team. You have the Los Angeles Rams on the 5th seed.
They're scary.
They are a scary team, but look, after they get Odell Beckham, everyone's like, they're the contender. They're the top team in the conference.
It should be.
And they're on a schneid. They got blown out by the San Francisco 49ers, who right now, maybe besides us, are playing the best ball of any team in the NFC at this moment in time.
Yeah, I agree.
You also have the Minnesota Vikings. No one gave much faith in Kirk Cousins. He's been playing tremendous football as of late, winning. What here's on says on ESPN that right now the Vikings both are key categories for tiebreakers. They are 4-2 in the NFC record, which is very pivotal. I think that's the next thing, and they are ahead of the Seattle 49ers in the NFC playoff standings. So, yeah. The Vikings have played in 7 consecutive games that have been decided by 7 or fewer points, a stretch that either has hardened them for a playoff run or will ultimately cost them entrance into the postseason. So basically what they're saying is they're winning, they're playing good ball, but look, they're close matchups. They're games that can go either way. Yeah. And now with the final 6 games, it's going to be very critical and crucial for them to come out on top if they want to make the postseason. And then the final playoff seed, like we said earlier, the San Francisco 49ers. And then the thick of things, you have the Eagles, the 8th seed. Hear what it says about the Philadelphia Eagles on ESPN. The Eagles have won 3 of their past 4, each by more than 10 points. And when you see 2 games apiece against Washington and the Giants remaining, as well as a matchup against the Jets, you're a pretty favorable schedule for staying in the wild card race. Philly has a road game against the Giants this week. So, yeah, and from what I read, if the Eagles beat the Giants this week, I think they have like a 65% chance of making the postseason. So, look, ultimately, unless they have a catastrophic meltdown,
which is possible,
but I don't see it happening for how well they are playing. I do maybe see a slip up in one of these Giants games or one of these Washington games. If they lose to the Jets, then they have no right to be making the freaking playoffs at that moment in time. But
that's
look,
actually a good point.
It's going to be interesting to see winners of 5. If they win the next 5 straight, technically winning 7 in a row for the Week 18 matchup against the Dallas Cowboys, possibly for the division. Yeah. That is our playoffs.
I'll tell you what, we go 5 straight. I'll do a show.
Technically 7 straight because we already won 2 in a row.
Yeah, if we go 7 straight, I'll do a show and not drink. Which is, that shit is fucking hard, son.
But look, we don't have to dive in too much to this Sunday's game. It's a very important matchup, and we know how strongly that division games are for especially Eagles-Giants games. Yeah. You look at the past history. You see all the miracle at the Meadowlands Eagles had to pull off with Herm Edwards, Brian Westbrook, Deshaun Jackson. You saw last year a couple of those games that came down to the wire. Yeah. But the Eagles do own the New York Giants. From what I've read, or what stat I saw, they have won 21 of the last 27 matchups against the New York Giants. Yeah. That's including back in the day with Eli Manning, who, he might be a 2-time winning Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Go kill him.
But for the most part, he has struggled against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now you have Daniel Jones in here. You have Saquon Barkley. They do have some weapons on the offense side of the ball, but
Saquon's not playing though, right? He's still injured.
No, I thought he was back.
Oh, okay. I thought he was still out.
Maybe. I don't know.
I might be wrong. I'm sorry if I gave y'all false information.
I think you gave us false information.
That might be false information.
But look, it's going to be a big game. It's a game that the Eagles have to win. Mm-hmm. We will be in attendance. We just got late breaking news. We will be in attendance for the Eagles.
Beers and bullshit will be in the motherfucking house.
Yeah, we will. But look, like I said, there's not much of the breakdown. It's nothing against the Giants, but look,
there's not much to break. There's a lot to break down.
There isn't. Look,
yo, don't sleep on the Giants.
I'm sleeping on the Giants.
Oh,
look,
man,
they are 3-7 for a goddamn reason.
I get that, but yo, come on, man, you can't look past this week, man. Look, look.
Okay, give us your breakdown.
My breakdown
is talk that much or think after that fucking shot.
If I was the Giants, first of all, you got Kitchens who's now calling plays. So he's going to change it up. So whatever you've seen on film for the Giants prior to this week is going to be changed up. Personnel might be changed up. Defensively speaking, they're going to try to force a Hurts to win that game. I know that's what they're going to do.
And I think that's the game plan and the tape that a lot of teams are now that the Eagles have been, the way they've been playing the last few weeks, they have that, the opponents have that game tape.
Right.
They're going to try to load the box. They're going to try to control that run game and limit the run game and force Hurts, because Hurts doesn't have a lot of success winning football games when it comes to relying on his arm. When he's throwing 30, 40 times a game, we do not have much success.
So I don't want our fans, like I play for the team and shit. I don't want the Eagles fans to just look past this game. I think this game's going to be a lot closer than what people think. First of all, it's a division game. Second of all, I'm telling you, like, teams are going to start catching up to the point where we're going to have to start winning games with the arm. Jalen Hurts is going to have to win a game by passing more than a certain amount of time. And I think this is going to be one of those games. It's either a trap game or it's Jalen Hurts coming out party. Because if they stop that run and Jalen Hurts can prove that he can win a game with his arm, then at that point, I think I'd feel a lot more.
But look, I think you're only focusing and basically analyzing one side of the ball.
You're right.
You look at our defense, we match up extremely well against the New York Giants. This is a Giants offense that has had problems opening holes in the run game.
Right.
Basically the same thing that you just bring up about Jalen Hurts.
Right.
They're going to have to rely on Daniel Jones to make plays. And this is an offensive line that does not give Daniel Jones a lot of time to throw the football. They do not do well protecting the quarterback.
It's a shitty offensive line.
And I feel with Jonathan Gannon, the way he's game planning and what he has changed on this defensive side of the ball, the fact that we see more of an aggressive style with bringing different blitz packages and not relying on your front four as much, I feel it's going to be a strength in our favor, in my opinion, that you're going to see Daniel Jones force a pass or they're going to get to him and cause a turnover. It's going to be those big playmaking plays from our defense. I feel that's going to be the difference. And I just don't have a lot of hope or faith in this Giants offense. I feel you're giving the Giants defense a little more credit than you are our own defense and shutting them down.
Well, here's the thing. What my main fear is that Jonathan Gannon himself might underestimate the offensive line and just go line. You know what I'm saying? We won't see the man on man. We won't see the blitzes. Now, if he gets creative and keeps doing what he's doing, then yeah, I see what you're saying. But I feel like this could be it's one of those double-edged swords. It's either a step forward or a step back. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he says, "Oh, well, the offensive line is shitty. We're just gonna run our front four and then go back into coverage or cover two or whatever he was doing at the time." Sorry, I got a burp.
Of course you do.
That was brought to you by Heineken. They don't pay me, but they slay me. No, I'm playing. I'm just worried that, I think if we as fans are underestimating the Giants team, I'm hoping that the coaches and the players aren't, because look, it's the NFL. Anyone can win or lose this game. And I think honestly, like, I don't want to take my foot off the neck per se. Like, I say we keep blitzing. I say we keep doing man-to-man.
I agree.
I say, look, we stay creative on the offense. We run the ball. And if we can't run the ball, then we have to find creative ways of getting our guys open. Yeah. Like, don't sleep on this team. Like, I'm not saying they're the greatest team in the world, but we could fucking lose this game if we sleep on this team.
I feel we lose this game if we make our own mistakes. We agree. We have seen this Eagles team more disciplined over the last month than we saw the first half of the season. We're committing less penalties. Granted, some of those penalties we are still committing are still bonehead penalties. Barnett. So fucking douchebag. But yeah, we're not seeing Jalen Hurts force as many throws.
Right.
And granted,
because he's not throwing the ball as much.
Well, every once in a while you're gonna have a turnover. He did have that one bad interception. They ultimately still ended up winning the football game.
Yeah.
But look, he's a young, inexperienced quarterback. He's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
You don't see Tom Brady having perfect games week in and week out.
No.
Quarterbacks are still going to make mistakes every now and then. It's limiting those mistakes, which I feel Jalen Hurts overall,
smart guy,
has him doing a much better job with that and not turning the football over.
Agree. He's a smart player.
Because the big things that the Eagles are doing right now, and the fact that they are scoring 35 plus points a game, doing this, they're winning the battles in trenches on both sides of football, battling that offensive line with the run game, getting after the quarterback and clogging those holes with that defensive line.
Yeah.
They are
turnovers.
They're winning the turnover battle, like you said. Big plays last couple of weeks. Darius Slay with 2 out of 3 weeks has a touchdown in the game.
Yeah.
They're causing mistakes for the opponents.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then of course, coaching.
Yeah, coaching
right now. Dick Sirianni, he hasn't been perfect.
Doing all right though,
but he's doing a lot better and putting us in a better position with his play calling, realizing the strengths of this team, and game planning better for his opponents with those strengths to win football games.
Yeah. And you know what? He's learning from his mistakes.
Exactly.
Look,
the one thing I still feel they need to do a little bit better on is they need to do a little bit more better in-game adjustments. There's certain situations that I feel that they need to realize when it isn't working.
Try something different.
Keep your opponent on edge. Mix it up a little bit.
Right.
And don't get too conservative.
That's that's my main concern. Like, don't take the foot off the pedal, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you got to do what you got to do with this. Remember what Drew Brees did to us a couple years back?
Yeah.
We got to keep, like, every game has to be that mentality. If you're talking about you want to have a nasty team, then don't take your foot off that gas.
And
be a nasty team.
And especially this week. Look, I understand you don't have that power back with Jordan Howard, but this is still an offensive line that are bulldozers. And with Landon Dickerson in there finding his way and finding his groove as a rookie on this offensive line to be a big pivotal part in this team's success right now.
Yeah.
The fact that we are rushing, I think we rushed over 175 yards in three out of the last 4 games or something like that.
Yep.
We are dominating at the line of scrimmage, and with this run game, we're controlling the clock, we're controlling the tempo, we're wearing down opponents' defenses.
We're killing the clock,
and that's exactly what we need to do going the rest of the way, especially against some of this inferior opponents. Continue to drain them and wear them down, then open things up down the field. Open up the play action a little bit more. You're seeing a lot more of Jalen Hurts under center. You're seeing more of that one-on-one coverage with Devontae Smith. You're seeing other teams crowd the box a lot more, trying to shut that down, which is opening things up down the field. I just want to see our guys, besides Devontae and Dallas Goedert, more involved, because we haven't seen much from Quez Watkins. I think Jalen Reagor has negative yards over like two or three games over the last couple weeks.
You know what?
So going forward, I feel the one thing that the Eagles definitely need to address, and I'm not saying in the draft, but they do need to bring a veteran receiver to complement more than with Devontae Smith, because the fact that J.J. Arcega-Whiteside got playing time last and got a fucking catch, you know it's a sad, sad day for Quez Watkins and for Jalen Reagor that J-Jaw is making a fucking play.
J-Jaw don't think that. J-Jaw don't think that one bit. He's probably like that. He's going to show that to his grandkids when he's older, too.
Probably.
Listen, and the one thing I really like about this team that's moving forward is you're starting to see a lot of offensive line play, and then you're starting to see guys like Jordan Mailata become the leader of that offensive line. Man, it felt good seeing him pummel that dude or roll around on the ground. That didn't even sound right. But it felt good seeing these guys with that much passion to protect the quarterback. And you're right, guys like Dickerson, Driscoll, all these. We're a young team, and if these guys can keep just doing what they're doing, you're right. We have a chance.
Absolutely. So it is the moment of truth that this time, it's the time in the in the show that we give our predictions. So Peanut, give us your thoughts. What you think is going to be the difference in this Sunday's game? What you see happening, and give us your score prediction.
Biggest difference in the game is whoever can win the turnover battle will win this game. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be 21-17 Philadelphia. Look, it's coming down to quarterback play and turnovers. I think the running game is going to be a little stifled. I think the Giants are going to come in there with a game plan to make Jalen Hurts throw the ball. And I think this is going to be the game where Jalen Hurts proves that he can win games with his, not just his legs, but with his arm as well. So expect a lot of pass plays, and expect Jalen Hurts to actually come out this game as the quarterback of the future.
I think it's a little bit too early for that, but they anoint him the quarterback of the future. But
he's just drunk. He's drunk.
He is trending in the right direction. And look, this, like we brought up a few moments ago, this has been a dominating Eagles offense on the ground game.
Yeah.
And until I could see a team that could stop us, I could consider us and see us keep on rolling, even with Jordan Howard out. We were able to dominate the line of scrimmage and bulldoze over the number 1 rushing defense, the number 5 rushing defense, the number 7 rushing defense. The Giants aren't they're not that dominant up front. Yeah, they might have pieces here and there. They might bring up guys on the box with Bradbury and McKinley or some of these guys, but this is going to be a bloodbath, in my opinion.
I hope it is.
I understand. Look, NFC East matchups, but look, we are trending upwards. We are a team that has been playing probably some of the best football in all the NFL right now. And for even with the issues that we have on the offense side of football and the defensive side of football, we are still winning in dominating fashion. And look, this is a Giants team that is not that good. There's no nice way of saying it. They are not a good football team. Yeah, they have some weapons on the offensive side of the football with Evan Ingram. They have Tony, who's the rookie wide receiver who's been coming along a little bit. They have Barkley back. They have Booker as a second running back behind Barkley to make some plays. But I do not have faith in Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones has shown that he's one of the biggest busts, maybe in all the NFL.
Wow, okay.
Look. Nothing against the kid. He's a guy that fills the stat sheet.
Well, he ran 80 yards and fell off over his whole feet.
That is true. But look, Daniel Jones is not the answer in New York. And I honestly feel that New York, after this season, they're strongly going to analyze the quarterback position. And you might see one of them go after one of the top quarterbacks in free agency because they are looking to turn this ship around. You don't want to waste the prime of Saquon Barkley and Tony and Ingram and some of the weapons. You do have the offensive football with an inferior quarterback.
That's true.
And Jalen Hurts, I feel him. He has all the confidence in the world right now, and that's the biggest difference that we have seen in his play over the last few weeks. He is trusting his receivers. He's trusting his offensive line.
Facts.
He's not rolling around the pocket. He's staying put, planting his feet, and making the much-needed throws that we need him to do. They're still not the prettiest of throws. His deep ball accuracy is still limited, but he's still putting the ball in position for his wide receiver to make the play. Like Devontae Smith, the way he was able to go up for that ball and make a big play for that touchdown
was all Smith,
fucking phenomenal.
That was all Smith.
Well, it was mostly Smith, but you still have to have Jalen Hurts put the ball where he can somewhat get it.
True. It was a 50-50 ball,
but
and he won that battle.
Look, we are scoring over 30 points a game over the last month. I have the Philadelphia Eagles winning this one. I'll say 38-20. 38-20.
Wow.
Eagles win double digits and continue the roll going against an inferior New York Jets team that is a complete dumpster fire. And we continue this winning streak, continue this winning train, and let's start talking playoffs. Let's start talking about the Philadelphia Eagles a year ago, 4-11-1 in the playoffs in 2021. Who would have fucking thought in the first year of Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts?
That's the alcohol talking, y'all. The E&J, son. Word. And we're playing the Giants, not the Jets.
Yeah, I know.
You said Jets.
Well, no, I said going to next week.
Oh, it's going to next week. That's right. Fuck that. Who gives a fuck, man? We're going to play anyone and beat anyone. That's what we do now. We're going to run the ball every game, and we're going to win. I hope that's what it is.
Old-fashioned football, baby.
We're going to be there, so...
Old-fashioned football. But look, thank you again. We appreciate everyone for tuning into another episode of Birds, Beers, and BS. We do greatly appreciate it. We would like also thank our sponsors of Birds, Beers, and BS, including our friends at Vinny's Pizza and Restaurant off of Iroquois Trail in the Old Town Shopping Center in Allentown in the Lehigh Valley. They have pizza, pasta, sandwiches, and much more. Make sure to check them out at vinnyspizzapa.com or by giving them a call at 610-395-2300. Again, 610-395-2300. Tell Vinny and Caesar that Peanut and Jeff sent you over. They'll treat you like family. Some great people there and some great food. Also, make sure to check out our website. A lot of great content up there at the moment from all our writers doing a tremendous work. There is an exclusive offer right now on the top of the website in the banner ad for you to win some free money in this weekend's game. So make sure to check that out. Click the link exclusively on the AT Sports Network website, and also make sure to check out our website for all our tremendous products and gear from Birds, Beers, and BS, Chips and Dish, the AT Birds Weekly Report, Burning Bridges, and much more. Remember, Black Friday's here. Sales are going on. The holidays are around the corner, and if you want to gear up your your friends and family that are fans of our program, fans of our show, or just want to get a gift for them, make sure to check it out. There's always great deals. Again, at atsportsnetwork.com/shop. We have hats, we have shirts, we have koozies, we have it all. So again, make sure to by supporting us by checking out our website and checking out our gear. Also thank our friends at 99 Jersey. Make sure to check them out, 99jersey.com. Use code AATBirds 20 for 20% off at discount at checkout. Like also thank our friends at Statement Games, a fun free twist on fantasy sports. It is free to sign up. You have a chance to win gift cards and various other prizes. The referral link for us is in the description of the episode, so make sure to check it out at statementgames.com. Like also check out oddsjam.com using the arbitrage calculator to make sure you never lose money again. The referral link is in the description as well. And again, if you or someone you know does have a gambling addiction, make sure to get them help by calling 1-800-GAMBLER today. That's pretty much it. Also, one real quick, make sure to check out manscaped.com. You can use our code this weekend, but there's also a better deal right now. Currently for Black Friday, there is 25% off and free shipping off your entire order this whole weekend, also for Cyber Monday as well. So you can use our code later on after this weekend, but the better deal right now if you want to get that special gift for the man in your life they have hair in certain places you're not very fond of. Make sure to check out manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you. Again, 25% off free shipping all weekend long and for Cyber Monday. So make sure, again, check out manscaped.com. Let them know that the Birds, Beers, and BS crew sent you on over. So look,
mohawk on my balls. Son.
Yeah, pretty much. We'll be back next week, hopefully talking a Philadelphia Eagles victory as they continue this train, and we'll be discussing next week's game and previewing the Eagles-Jets matchup as we get in the dark days. Not the dark days, the dog days and the deeper end of the deeper grudge part of the season. Look, there's only 6 weeks left in the NFL. Sorry, only 7. The Eagles have a bye week.
Right.
Look, the NFL season goes by as fast. So
it does. It's going to be interesting, and these are going to be the most important 7 weeks that we will see.
Absolutely. And again, happy Thanksgiving to everyone that's tuning into the program. We hope you and your family had a very blessed holiday and that you were able to have fun. We know we did watching those Dallas Cowboys lose.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, Jenna.
It was celebrating genocide on both parts. Go ahead.
But yeah, look. Thank you again. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing all our social media platforms. Leave a comment with our show. Let us know what you think, what we discussed. Do you feel the Eagles are playoff bound? Do you think they're winning on Sunday? Do you think they're going to go on the run and dominate the next 6 weeks heading to the playoffs? So let us know your thoughts. If you disagree, agree, that's what we're here for. We always love hearing comments and our listeners' comments and letting us know what you think of the program.
Yes,
so we'll be back next week for another episode of Birds, Beers, and BS here on the AT Sports Network. I am your host, Eagle Jeff Warner, alongside my co-host, Peanut and Party Doll Dave. And as we say here to end every single show, drink 'em if you got 'em.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. The season of giving is upon us, and Manscaped is getting into the holiday spirit. Go to manscaped.com and use the code AATBirds for 20% off and free shipping on all your holiday gifties. To help get you into the spirit, we rewrote some of your favorite holiday songs to remind you of all their great products. Shave your balls with gifts from Manscaped. Fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be smoother. Fa la 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 la. Buy some gifts today from manscaped.com. 2 free gifts for you from manscaped.com. Grooming around your Christmas tree with the Lawnmower 4.0. Your jingle balls need some fresh grooming, and it's the only way to go. Smoother balls. Smoother balls. Use Manscaped Crop Exfoliator. Grandpa needs to trim his ears and nose hairs, 'cause he can't hear or smell us anymore. You can say he could just use a razor, but the Weed Whacker 2 is the way to go. For the Jewish friends in your life, Manscaped, 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 shave your balls today, and when they're dry and ready, a smooth menorah you can play. I got Manscaped's brand new body wash. Used it on my mistletoe last night. Also use the 2-in-1 shampoo conditioner just for fun. I washed and scrubbed everywhere, now the smell's improved a ton. Put in your order